So, this is another one of the videos that I'm doing for Save Your Family History Week. Now that's going to occur, it started last week and it's going to occur this week. Today is the 7th, so it started the 4th through the 8th, and then I think I'm going to continue it next week. I want you to try and get these kinds of things. It's really important to try to save your family history. There are people I can't talk to anymore in my life, and you never know when that can happen to you in your life. So you need to think about those things. Get these things down. Get it to where you can see your family history. Now I've got a wider shot here, and then I went ahead and pulled the camera out for a wide shot too. So just thought I'd see if you get that joke. Okay, so tonight I'm gonna make, or this afternoon, I'm gonna, and have to kind of hurry because I have to worry about Y balances. So this afternoon I'm gonna be making beans and tortillas. And the reason I make beans and tortillas is because I use a lot of the same tools. So I use the same tools. I use this to clean my beans, but I use this to sift my flour. Okay? Then I use this same cup. It's a 2-cup measure. It's a 2-cup measuring cup, but it's hard to tell. It's just been used, and you can't see the letters on it, but we know it's 2 cups. Okay, so I use that, and then baking powder. Some baking powder. Got that good old baking powder. Let's see, baking powder. Okay, and then we got some Crisco. What do you call that? Vegetable oil. Okay, and then of course salt. And then, let me see, 1 pound of beans. 1 pound of beans. I think they're like 98 cents. Okay? And then, the family history part. My grandma used to make it with Chicos. With Chicos, a corn product. And it just made, I don't know, it just made everything different. Okay? Just made everything different. Now, the reason I'm going to make tortillas, because I make tortillas all the time, but in the last few weeks, you'll remember that there not only was there the TP shortage, but there was also a flour shortage. Now, we happen to have flour galore just because whenever I go in, I buy $1.23 worth of flour. And I always have, and you know, for tortillas, the baking powder is what you use. But what was also missing from the stores and lately was yeast. Yeast. You still can't find yeast, but I can still make bread because I have flour, just regular flour. Now I will tell you that lately I've been buying the Walmart brand because they don't have this anymore. I don't care. I just want flour. All I need is and Crisco. There's 2 of us in our family, and after a while there was only 2 or 3 of them in my grandmother's family. My grandmother used to use lard, but that's because she was making tortillas every day. She was making tortillas and dozens every day because people would come to her to eat lunch. Okay, so for me and my wife, lard, and I love lard. I love lard. I'll eat lard in a heartbeat. My wife would too. But this lasts longer. Lard seems to decay a little bit. Okay, it just seems to decay. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do for you today is so let's get the tortilla stuff out of the way. Okay, let's get the tortilla stuff out of the way. So there's that. So I'm just going to go through with what I do. Okay, this is what I do. That is what I do. I break open and so my counter's clean. You'll recognize this counter from when I was doing the carne asada. Okay, so my counter's ready to go. And then here's what I use this for. Even though beans are pretty clean these days, I still have found stuff in them. So I clean the beans. And you know, if I don't like what I see, I pull it to the side and I just clean beans. So I'm going to go ahead and clean beans. Clean beans. And I don't want that one because it looks kind of weird. And I'm looking for clods of dirt, and I have run across little pebbles. So even though these are 3 times cleaned, you're going to find out that sometimes you can find elements in them that could hurt your teeth. And that's what we're worried about, is hurting our teeth. Let me get that one out. Let me get that one out. Yeah, these are all looking good here. And then, yeah. Looking good. Looking good. Checking all of them. Checking all of them. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And there we go. And there we go. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. Yep. All right. Clean of debris. I'm going to go ahead and wash these out. At the same time, I'm going to go ahead and put my Chicos in. Chicos. It was hard. It's hard to find Chicos. You can see what I'm putting in. Oh, I don't know. 3 tablespoons? Something like that. 3 tablespoons. Okay, and then that goes in like that. These were just part of it falling out of the bag a little bit. Let me put a little bit more. Okay, I love the texture of Chicos. So what I have to do now is I have to go clean these. Okay, so my favorite instrument for cooking beans and it just works a charm is the pressure cooker that we have. Okay, so pressure cooker. So first of all, I will have been getting this warm. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and pour in some oil. And pour some oil. And I want the oil to coat the bottom. It's also going to be the start of my fat in my beans. Okay? It's just what I'm going to use. So it is getting a little bit heated up. And so now, just like I did for the, and you know me and my wife, we love that garlic. And so right now I have to worry about it getting burnt. So right now it is sizzling away, and I'm not worried too bad. And the one thing that I do have as a saving grace is the beans. They're wet. I washed the beans. Okay, I'm liking those beans, that garlic. It's getting nutty, and it's getting just a wee bit brown. I'm liking it. It's right on. I'm liking it. I'm gonna go ahead and put my beans in. Put my beans in. Right on. And then I'm going to go ahead and start putting in. I like to use chicken broth. So I'm going to use my chicken broth. I use 2 cans to start with. 2 cans to start with. So now there's no danger of the garlic burning anymore. So now this is just heating up. I'm still leaving it on high. I'm going to change it to just between high and medium high because I like them to cook a little bit hard, a little bit fast. And now let me zoom in on something. Okay, now you see the way the handle is loaded, and then you see that first line, and then you see that line right there. I'm going to fill my liquid up to that line. Okay, so what I'm going to do is fill up to that line with water. I'm going to fill up to that line with water. There's 2 cups. There's 4 cups. And I'm going to need another 2 cups. Now, this is going to pressure cook. I'm going to do it for the first time for about 15 minutes, maybe 18. So I am sealed up. And I am going to get this on. You know me and my lids. And so now this is set. And right now, that's where I'm going. That's how we're going. Okay, that's how we're rocking.